right here is not a regular video. The shit you about to see can only come from a pro. If you don't believe me, then check his KD. Welcome everybody to Nate Ghoul's VGT. You know, you need to check it, son.
About this video, it got very censored. It got a little out of hand, so you're gonna see some awkward pause come back in where you're like, sounds like he might have been saying something threatening about DJ KeemStar. Yeah, that could have happened, so I just want you guys to keep that in mind. Hey, what's going on, guys? Nate Gould here. I need to talk about this racism issue with DJ KeemStar and XJaws. I was watching Nappy's video. He talked about how he does not believe XJaws is racist. He just uses it with his friends, you know, trying to be funny or all that stupid shit. And I'm just going to say right now, I can understand that. I do not believe XJaws is racist. That is a complete ignorant thing because I have been there. When I graduated, there was about 40... I don't know. I'm not going to try to give exact numbers, but as far as multicultural goes, I mean... 40 between being like black, Spanish, Asian, anything but pale white, there's probably less than 100 people that weren't pale white in my graduating class. So I mean, I've been in those situations where you're not surrounded by it, so people aren't censored. People aren't sensitive to it, they don't pay attention to it, they just become ignorant to it. I mean, and that's with anything. It's unfortunate that it happens with derogatory terms like, you know, XJaws used and the N-word. But I mean, if you never did math, or you never did trigonometry, and then you jumped into trigonometry, you'd be pretty damn ignorant about it, right? It's the same thing with anything. And I don't know if that's the situation with XJaws, but I think it's something like that, where maybe he's not. Nabi said he doesn't say it to his black friends. Maybe he doesn't even have black friends, because I know... I had one black friend in high school because I can't even think of anyone else that was black. There was such little multicultural that I live in South Carolina now and it's a lot more diverse. But where I used to live, it wasn't like that, and people did the same thing that XJaws does. They use these words, I don't even want to say them, but using the words that you use to make fun of Spanish people, black people, any race, they would say them all to each other as white people, because that's all that was around, and you could pretty much scream it from the rooftops and no one would know. So I think, to agree with Nappy, it was an ignorant move. I'm not going to say he was in a situation like me. I never used the word. I don't even think it's funny to say that between white people. I don't understand the joke. I just don't get it. But I'm not saying XJaws is that way. I'm not going to put a full defense towards him, but I can totally understand where Snappy's coming from, because there are still places, not saying that I live in a racist town, but there's just places where it's just not very diverse still, and that's just how it is. Doesn't mean they discriminate or anything like that. But when parents don't have to worry about discrimination because there's not a lot of, different races around, ignorance is born. That's pretty much it. Take a deep breath. Now, DJ KeemStar. I always thought he was a stupid-ass scumbag, and this is just another notch on his belt of just being a stupid-ass scumbag. People like DJ KeemStar really just kind of upset me. Now, I do not... First of all, to be made fun of, I can take shots as well as I can deal them out, and I think if anyone here talks to me for on a weekly basis, they know I can dish it out pretty good, so I can take a lot. But, there's no term, and maybe if there was, I'm not saying, but if there was a term that can match the N-word or words that you use to make fun of, Spanish people, for white people, it might not be as bad. because it would just transfer over to where black people were making jokes about whatever was used to hurt us, and then it would just be this big funny thing that would just be, it'd be so outrageous that it wouldn't matter. I don't know if it would work that way, but maybe. But the fact is that there is nothing. Like what? Okay, I've been called a Nazi before. I don't like it, but whatever. I know I'm not a Nazi. That's a little ridiculous. I'm not even an Aryan. You know what I mean? But like what? What do you call white people? Crackers? Like, oh my God, you called me a cracker. Let me go get some cheese. Like, how can you even be offended by that? And how can you even compare them? Like, people who bitch about being called a cracker by someone of a different race is just trying to stir the fucking... they're just trying to stir the pot. Because if you're honestly... You know, what if I walked up and be like, hey man, you're a fucking cheeseburger. What are you gonna do, go slit your wrist about it, you fucking retards? Like, honestly, like, come on. There's nothing that compares to what was being said in that video. And it just makes me... I mean, I don't have long hair. I didn't for a while. When I was younger, I had long hair, but it's been years, and I'm not the happiest person. I don't smile a lot. I pretty much look pissed off 98% of the time. When I used to be in high school, actually, quick little story of just how of an angry vibe I put off if you ever meet me in real life. In high school, my sister was in study hall with these two kids who I had beat in Halo. I don't remember how or when, but I was on a second account. I was like a 26, he was like a 43 or something like that. And I just scrapped the shit out of him, like, you know, just to being a good Halo player. So they said the gamer tag, and it was mine, and my sister was like, you should go, you know, you should send a message to my brothers. I'll tell them that you're in my study hall, and he'll probably play with you. Their exact words, and I quote, they said that they would literally never talk to me because they thought I was an axe murderer. I know what you're thinking. That's pretty fucking awesome to just kind of give off that aura. But so I mean, and not even and just in pertain to this subject, they were, you know, they were white. So it's not like I seem like I'm racist. To everyone, I just give off that aura that I'm pissed off and I don't want to fucking talk to you, because it's mostly true. I don't like to just walk around. I'm not one of those people who like to walk around and have a fucking conversation with every single person I see. So usually I just look cranky when I'm out because I don't want to fucking be around anyone. And it's pretty obvious, and they know it. But now you take me, I'm, you know, I'm wide, you know, I'm wider, you know, I'm not fucking Superman, but I'm like a bigger guy. Now you make me, I have blue eyes, then you put me, you know, I used to keep my head shaved, well, you know, tight, bald. And I look like a Nazi, so you have me walking around, bald, blonde. People think I mean, I've been called a Nazi my entire time I've had my hair short. People have bothered me, have discriminated me for being racist just because of how I looked. So now I'm moving to South Carolina. It's much more diverse than when I used to live. So now you have me walking around pissed off still, bald, and people, you know, people like that, they don't know you. They don't. So they're gonna have tension. They're gonna be aggressive towards me. You know, and if one day someone attacked me, and literally thought that I was a threat to their family because of how I looked and thought I was a racist, I almost couldn't blame them. Because when if you ever saw the looks that people give me just because of the way I look and I'm so angry, you can tell. And I'm not being racist here. This is seriously how people look, and it hurts my heart. I do not like it. It hurts. This is the one thing that ever hurts me, is when people look at me and assume that I'm automatically a racist, because then I have to go around and step on, you know, I have to walk on thin ice, because if someone feels threatened by me too much, especially in a state where it's legal to carry a gun on you as long as it's concealed. Now what? Now if someone shoots me saying it's self-defense because they thought I was racist because they were threatening my appearance, you know, could you imagine? Is that the way I want to go? How my mom would feel, or my family, if I died because of a false, you know, pretense of my racism because of ignorant people like DJ KeemStar? You guys throw words around like it's funny and ridiculous, but you're just fucking retarded. And even though I'm white and I can only imagine how it feels for the people who are affected directly by being called the N-word and stuff like that, it still affects my life to where I can't just be me out on the streets. So it affects everyone. What you do isn't just hurting, you know, you're not just being offensive. You're stalling and hindering people from living a normal life. Now, as far as DJ KeemStar goes, I hope this is the last time I ever have to see him on anything on YouTube again. Because people like you make it harder for people like me and people like Nappy Boy just to enjoy life, to be friends, and have a good fucking time. So DJ KeemStar, you can suck my ass and clean and bleach my fucking asshole with your tongue, you stupid scumbag. X-Jaws, I think we should just... X-Jaws, you're ignorant, you're younger, you'll learn. Watch what you say. I think I would like to see more videos from X-Jaws, and I don't think he should be ruined on YouTube just because. You know what I mean? It's just, it was just a younger person doing a stupid mistake, and that's not okay, it's not acceptable. But it's worth just giving him a strike, I think. And I think Nappy would agree, and I think a lot of people would agree. It's not appropriate. There should be repercussions. These hate videos should be made, and he should take the heat, but the heat should stop. DJ KeemStar should be fucking burned alive and made an example. Because what he did was just fucking terrible. But that's all I'm going to say. That's my point of view on it. I'm not just saying it's offensive to black people, it's offensive to me as a white person. I just want to fucking live my life. I don't want to feel threatened. I want people to feel like I'm threatening them because I'm an asshole and I don't want to fucking talk to them. I don't want people to feel threatened because I have short hair and blue eyes and I'm white. That's not how I just want people to know I don't want to be fucking bothered. That's what makes my life happy. But I don't want to not be bothered because they're a certain race. I don't want to be fucking bothered because they're not me and I don't want to talk to them. You know what I mean? So that's my views. Like, dislike, tell me what you think. I don't give a shit. Close down my YouTube channel, I'll make another one. Fucking, if you're racist and you hate this video, fuck you, you dumb bitches. And that's pretty much it. I'll talk to you guys later. Hey, what's going on, guys? Nate Gould here. I need to talk about this racism issue with DJ KeemStar.